Hey, what's up? What's up? So I am going to show you how to um, make this a ruler, a 6-inch ruler. And here's what it's going to look like when you finish. This is your ruler, what it's going to look like when you finish. Um, and you're going to customize it. You're going to put the letters and the lines. So I'm going to, um, this is what it's going to look like when we're almost done. But right now I'm just going to fly through this. So I'm going to hit delete and do this over again. So to start, make a rectangle by clicking up here, or if you're lazy like me, hit the letter R, click at this origin point where it's 0 on the X, 0 on the Y, and just make a 1-inch by 1-inch square. So somewhere like that, drag it down. And then you can make sure that it's 1 inch by 1 inch by going to this width over here and typing 1, right? And the height is 1, all right? And now we need to get rid of the inside fill by hitting trash and hitting the border. Okay, now we're going to make our first line here. So this is our 1-inch line. This is our 1-inch square, 1 inch by 1 inch. Now we're gonna start doing the lines. So I'm gonna hit the letter L instead of clicking up here. And then I'm gonna use these guides. You see where these guides are? These turquoise guides. So I'm gonna go to the very bottom, click and drag and hold down shift so it can stay straight until I see that other guide telling me to stop because it's right in the middle. So this is 1/2 inch, 0.5 inch, as you can tell here on the height, 0.5 inch. And it is 0.5 inches away on the X. And then it's also this top part is 0.5 inches away from the top. All right, so now we're gonna start to do a lot of copy and pasting. Oh, where's my line? It needs a black border. That's weird. Oh, it's tripping. That's what's happening. So this has no fill. Okay, sometimes if you just move it out of the way and then bring it back. Let's see, go out and then see. No, it's tripping, acting up. All right, well, I'm gonna delete it and create it again. Let me zoom in here. Start here, click and drag up till there. There we go. All right, now check the dimension. Oh, see, here it is. It's off by 0.01. So I'm gonna type 0.5, enter. There we go. Now it's 1/2 inch exactly. Now I'm gonna drag to make a copy because I want another line here. We want a bunch of lines. So I'm going to hold down the Alt button or the Option button, depending if you have a Mac or a Chromebook or whatever. So I'm going to move it somewhere here in the middle. All right, and now this is my 1/4 inch marker. We already have our 1/2 inch marker here, but this is our 1/4 inch marker, but it needs to be 1/4 inch tall. So here I'm going to do 0.25 so that it's 0.25 inches or a 1/4 inch away from this. And that's on the Y, it's going to be 0.75 to bring it down. And then the height should be 0.25. There, boom. Okay, now I'm going to copy that one, holding down Alt or Option and dragging it around here. Now this is 1/4 inch, this is 1/2 inch. Now this is 3/4 inch. 3/4 inches equals 0.75, right? Just like a quarter. And then this should stay at 0.75 and that should stay at 0.25. So now we have our 1/4 inch markers. Now we're going to do the 1/8 inch markers. So how much is an 1/8 of an inch? Well, it's a 1/2 of a quarter, right? So now we're going to drag it here, make a copy. And the height of a 1/4 inch is 0.125, right? And so that means it should be 0.2125 away from the 0. So 0.125. All right, and then I'm going to bring it down. So here, this number needs to be so that it's only 0.25 over here, 0.125 over there. So I'm going to type 0.875, 875. Boom. All right. So now this is our first 1/4 inch marker. It's correct when it says 0.125 on the X, 0.875 on the Y, and 0.125 on the height. All right. So now it's cool. So now I'm going to Option drag or Alt drag somewhere here. I'm also just going to do it here real quick. Also keep it, try not to move it up because then you're going to have to mess with your Y. So try to keep it down here so that it's on the same plane. And then I'm going to drag it over here. Boom. Boom. All right, now I got to tweak the settings, tweak these numbers. So here, this one has to be This is 3/8. Now this is what I need to, wait. Yeah, am I, folks, am I sharing my screen? Can you see my screen or are you seeing my face only?
We can see your screen.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, cool. All right. You can see that I have a low battery then. Okay. So I need this information. All right, great. So now I'm just gonna put the numbers for the y, for the y. So how far away it is exactly. That's the most important part of a ruler because that's what you're measuring. How long something is. How long something is away from zero, right? So this is 0.125, 0.25. This is 3/8, so that's 0.375. 0.375. Boom. And then the y should be 0.875. I didn't drag it correctly. And then the height should be fine. Same with this next one. That's 5/8 because that's 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, 8/8 over here. So this is 5/8. That's 0.625. So on the x, I'm going to type 0.625. Boom. There we go. And oh, the y is off a little bit. Again, I didn't drag correctly. Probably because I didn't drag that first one correctly. The other ones are probably not correct too. So I'm going to have to change to 0.875. Boom. And then this last one now, it's going to be 7/8, which is 0.875. On the y, it should be 0.875 also. And then the height is fine. So boom, we got our lines done. Now we're going to put the text, right? We're going to put the text to say which one is which. Um, so here, we just put our text in there. Um, and we know it's really big, that's fine. But we're going to change it to 4 point text by clicking right here in the 4. And then you're going to change it to this information. So it's going to say 1/8 inches. Make sure to put the quotation marks, which means inches. 1/8 equals 0.125, right? All right, so that's what that is. And then now we're gonna move it down here to that line and we're gonna angle it so that it looks good and it identifies this tick mark. These are called tick marks. Tick, 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 tick. We have 7 tick marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tick marks. But in reality, there's a 9. So 0 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 over here. Boom. All right. Maybe I want to angle it a little bit more. That's cool. So now that I made one and I set it up, now is when we just copy it. So I'm going to hold down Alt or Option and click and drag, click and drag, click and drag, click and drag. I like that corner kind of touching that tick mark, right? Because that it helps you identify what it is. And if there's one that's a little off, like for example, this one's too far to the right, I just use my arrow keys to move it a little bit, right? That's cool. Oh, if that happens, use your arrow, these fit all button, boom. Um, all right, now I'm just gonna double click and change these numbers. So this is not 1/8, this is actually 1/4. Um, and this one well, I didn't finish here. 1/4 equals 0.25 inches. Oh, this is real engineering work, folks, for reals. All right, so this is 3/8. Oh, 3/8. I'm using my arrow keys to move around. 3/8 equals 0.375, 0.375, and then for inches. And then the next one is 1/2 inch. So it's 1/2, and 1/2 inch is 0.5 inches, 0.5 inches. The next one is 5/8. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 8 markers. 5/8, which equals 0.625, 625. All right, next one is 3/4, right? Because these are the quarter markers. This one's a quarter marker, this one's a quarter marker, and this is a quarter marker. So this is a 1/3 quarter marker. So I'm gonna put 3/4 inches, which equals 0.75. If you have 3/4 of a dollar, you have $0.75, which is 75 cents, right? So there we go. Move these around, make them look good. Use my arrow keys. All right. And that's, oh, no, last one, 7/8. 7/8 equals 0.875. These are like kind of standard numbers that you're going to get used to the more you do this kind of work, right? This is more to the right. I like it looking good, right? I want it to be useful and beautiful. Okay, cool. So here we are with our numbers. They're all aligned. All right, folks. So now we are all back up to speed. I'm going to go with the next step. You all should be probably typing these numbers in right now. And also please confirm that you have these correct numbers on your X especially. The X is the most important part of this whole project. Having the correct X figure there. The first one is 0.125. It actually says it right here. The decimal, that's what you should have in your X position. So for example, this one says 0.625. If I click here on this tick mark, it should say 0.625 on the X, which it does, right? Same with this one, 0.875, 0.875. All right, so now we're gonna do the next step, which is gonna put one more piece of information there for that final tick mark over here, which is the inch tick mark. So this is 0 inches. I'm not gonna put anything here. You could put 0 inches if you want here, that's cool. But you definitely have to put 1 inch here. So I'm gonna click here and type 1 inch like that. All right. And that's way too big. So I'm gonna bring it down so that it looks good on this top right corner. Let's see what 11 looks like. That's pretty good. 11 looks pretty cool. So I'm gonna put that there. I'm also going to change the font because why not, right? YOLO, right? Let's see. Make it look cool. Yeah, I want to make it look like kind of nerdy, kind of my vibe. Nope, too nerdy. That's cool. It's kind of nerdy and chic. All right, that's cool. So I'm gonna put it right on the right side. So everybody, once you're finished with these numbers, put it on the right side. All right. And if you want, you could actually change the font on these. But that's if you care about the fonts. If you don't care about the fonts, then just leave them and just send it to me as text. That's fine. Illustrator will just replace it with whatever basic text. That's fine. But if you want a fancy font, um, before you can just change these fonts. Ideally, you do it before you start copying them all. But if you want, you could do them now by holding down clicking one, holding down the shift, and click, 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 click all of them, and then you can just change the font on all of them. Making sure it's something that is legible. Pathway Gothic 1, I think that's the one that I chose there. Boom, look at that, it looks fancy, looks sleek. All right. Supreme ain't got nothing on this ruler. All right. So, okay, cool. So here we are. But if I want to keep these fonts, now I need to change these to so that it's not text. You see all this text. Illustrator won't want. It's very particular about that. So because I don't have that font in Illustrator, in Adobe Illustrator, when I laser cut it, we're gonna have to change these from a text to, I'm gonna right click either here or here. I'm gonna right click here because it's easier. Oh, no, it doesn't let me. Oh wait, is my right clicking not working? Seems like my right clicking is not working. So I'm gonna try it again because computers, they do be tripping. All right, right click. Oh, right click is not working. There it is, convert to path. Boom. And so now they're compound path, right? Which means I can't edit the text anymore, but that means it'll come out looking good on the laser cutter when I send it to the laser cutter. This one I'm not gonna do yet. Guess what? Because now we're going to copy them, make the rest of the ruler, and then afterwards we'll change this one to 2, this one to 3, this one to 4. Folks, you're welcome to ask questions. I'm going to fly through this part real quick and then stop the recording and then come back. But you're welcome to ask questions. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to group these all together just to make my life a little easier. Okay, so now I'm going to click everything. I can either select around everything or hit Control A for select all. And then now I can group it all together by right clicking and saying group, or just Control G, usually always groups everything together. Boom, see that? It says group now. All right, now I'm gonna copy this because I just need to paste it a bunch of times. So copy, Control C or Command C, and then now I'm gonna paste it however many inches I want. So in this case, I want 6 inches. So copy it, and so paste, 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 paste. Notice how they're showing up here? They're pasting in place. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one more. So I'm gonna paste 6. There we go, boom. Now I'm gonna start to move them where they need to go using the X position again. The X position is the most important like part of this whole ruler project again. So now I'm gonna change it. This is at 0 inches, right? But now the next one, I need to have it at over here, where at 1 inch, because remember, it's the left corner. So I'm gonna put on the X position, I'm gonna put it to 1 and enter. Boom, there we go. Now that's what I'm talking about. So now I'm gonna do the next one. I already did 1 inch, now I need to do the second inch, boom, enter. Now I'm gonna click here, do the third inch. So 1, 2, 3, this is third inch. Oh, went out. So I'm going to click here, 3, enter, next, 4. Ooh, I accidentally moved it, but it doesn't matter because I can just move it. 4, enter. I can. This is called parametric modeling, folks. You're moving it with numbers.